Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shifting Gears. I am your host, Clutch, and we're on episode 38. 38 episodes, man. It's awesome. Anyways, welcome to Shifting Gears. Today we're going to do a recap of MLG Spring Arena number 1, DreamHack. We're also going to discuss the fighting game Arena, Terra Beta, which happened last weekend, the Guild Wars 2 Beta, which is upcoming this weekend, and also later on in the episode we will have open phones. The Skype information you need is right there in the corner, JG Clutch. But without further ado, let me introduce our guests. First off, admin for Major League Gaming, Wigan.
Good evening.
One of the greatest writers in esports, specifically for StarCraft 2, Omerta.
How you doing, man?
And the man that only has one speed, and that's go. Dylan J. Lowry, also known as Stacks Johnson.
Stacks on deck, Johnson. Present. Let's do this.
Well, gentlemen, we had a great weekend when it came to esports and StarCraft 2. We had the MLG Spring Arena number 1 that occurred, which I was able to work on the Dr. Pepper Ultimate Access stream. It was tons of fun. Did a lot of interviews on the floor as well. Had a great time. It was a great tournament. DRG, the victor. A well-fought 7-game series. Also an incredible series of Parting versus Violet. That was a lot of fun to do recaps and in-depth analysis with the different analysts we had. Axlav, Chef, and QXC. Also DreamHack this weekend, Thorzane being the victor. But first off, I want to talk about MLG Spring Arena number 1. Wigan, we'll go with your thoughts first, and then Omerta, and then I like to comment a lot on being an insider there at the event. So Wigan, go ahead.
Well, was there anything specific you wanted to talk about, or it's just general impressions?
Well, I wasn't able to get to see all the games because I was playing with the community, with our analyst guys, and also hosting the stream. So if there's any storylines that people may have missed, if they weren't able to watch some of the games live, but if not, if I already talked about the two main storylines, then just your impressions overall of the tournament.
Well, just bringing up storylines is kind of an interesting point. What was sort of neat about the arena, since it was only 8 people and there wasn't such a rush to get out of the games, and you had that time to have the analysis and stuff like that between games, you really got into the tournament a lot more than I think from like the beginning than you would get in a normal event, because you got to see every game, everything mattered, and that was the cool part. Everything mattered, and you had that combined with the professional analysis between games just really made, like, from the beginning to end, watching the tournament really interesting from a spectator perspective. So that was honestly my favorite part. Is it just kind of showed the potential of what we can really have if you have the time and the right format to really show both the players and how they play and make sure it's interesting the whole way through.
Yes, very much so. The round robin tournament style was different than the major MLG events that we've attended or that we've seen. And at first, we thought 8 players, like, wow, 8 players an entire weekend. How are we going to fill that time? But it totally worked. They had to play all 3 of their games, even though the match of victory would go to the person that won the first 2. Because those stats would matter in the end of who would continue in the later on day 2 event and on to day 3. And that allowed for a lot of those storylines to kind of interweave and to see some interesting builds or strategies that would happen in game 3. Like, oh, I lost the first 2 games, but I still have game 3, so I'm going to try this. That's kind of crazy. But the format itself, I thought, worked very well. It was very successful. Puckett even came on the stream Saturday night when the tournament, the league operations guys for MLG were coordinating, making sure they had all their information correct so they can determine who would move on. And Puckett came on the stream and said, hey, guys, the event itself, the round robin, has been a success. In fact, it's been too successful. And it was cool to see, like, MKP was leading it the entire weekend for day 1 and day 2, but everybody else except for one other person was tied with their standings. So I enjoyed the format. Omerta, your thoughts on anything in particular or overall?
Terran and Zerg did really well, Protoss really bad. So
I mean,
Oh.
Terran and Zerg players did really well,
I
and
can't
Protoss players did pretty badly.
can't say I'm surprised about that at all. But the format is cool. I really liked the analysts, man. I actually think that's something that tournaments have been kind of missing for a while, and I'm really glad MLG was the first to do it, and they got good people on to do it too. That's something as a player myself, I like to see. You know, I mean, I'm not an amazing player, but a relatively high level player. I like to see, you know, the insight these pros kind of, you know, get into the game. The format was good, and I think it's kind of funny that the first tournament that they don't use extended series, there was a player who eliminated another player despite having lost more games than he had won against them, and that was DRG against MC. MC went 4-3 against DRG over the whole course of the weekend and eliminated him. So I thought that was interesting for all the extended series guys to kind of argue about that. And then, yeah, DRG, I'm glad he finally got his first win against MKP, at least on the MLG platform in the finals. So it's all very cool to watch.
Yes, it was. From my perspective, the Dr. Pepper stream was a lot of fun. I got to hang out a lot with Axive, QXC, and Chef to go over individual games or replays of games that have happened early on in the day or the day before, which I found was some really good content for the community to watch, because here you could have a different representative for each race break down not only their own races, but the other race of the opponent in the match. That really made a lot of sense, and I got to ask questions at specific times. We would talk about before we went live or before we went live with that segment of, okay, you know, they can do so much, but they need to have somebody to stop and ask a question here, ask a question there, to keep it syncopated, to have a good pace, and also, you know, with replays you can obviously pause and talk about a lot of different things. So I was really grateful I had that time with them, got to learn a lot. QXC was a lot of fun. There was a moment where he was trying to, I think we were talking about drops or distractions, and he's like, clutch just like this, and he snapped over to the side of my face, and I looked over there for a second, and then he slapped me. And I went, oh, I get it. Like, it hurt, but I learned my lesson, you know, and he's like, it's like that, man. But they all really got into it, and they played Marine Arena and Mono Battles, and they had a lot of fun with the community, so I'm really thankful for everybody that participated and had a lot of fun. But I really want to talk about the end, and you can actually watch the VODs. There's the Dr. Pepper stream on Twitch TV. I think it's MLG_all access, but I'll have to double check that. But I told our director/producer Adam Contini, he's like, hey man, you know, the guys that we have here, they're going to be casting on the analysis desk, but if they're not, let's just watch the finals. You know, I don't want them to miss out on the finals. Let's just cast them from the microphones we have. And he's like, yeah, sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. And so we started doing that, and there was a point where I didn't know we were live. We were kind of waiting for him to come in and tell us that we were live. I'm talking about with QXC, we're joking around and how if my suit jacket's on, it means the camera's on and I have to be on all times. Like, do you like fall asleep with your suit jacket? I'm like, yeah, man. I have a microphone on my pillow, like right next to me. And this is all live when we're talking about this. And Contini sits down next to the camera and he goes, you guys know you're live, right? And I went, no, we're live? Okay. So I did the intro in QXC and I had so much fun at the beginning, and then Axe Live came in later on and got to cast the finals, man. Just we kept it really intense. There was a lot of laughs, and I was grateful I got to watch those games because DRG coming back was super dramatic. And Sham, too, was there from Playhem. He got to cast with me, and I'm making voices with MKP's hood over his head going, yes, you can feel your anger growing in you. You know, like the Emperor and stuff. So had a lot of fun, but a lot of people were sending messages on Reddit or letting MLG Adam know. It's like, yo, I muted the regular stream and I'm just listening to the Dr. Pepper guys because they're having a lot of fun. So that was a blast. The entire weekend was a blast. And I look forward to hosting again for the next spring arena coming around in May. It's kind of difficult, though, since Diablo 3 will be released on May 15th, and then that arena starts May.
Buddy. It's the sacrifices we make for esports.
That's right, the sacrifices we have to make for esports. It's so true. But it really was a great weekend.
Can I just say that the 2 vs 2, I don't know how much you got to watch of it, was just completely hilarious to watch from the outside. Like, those guys were just obviously having a great time, and it's really cool to see the Korean players like cut loose and be a little BM with each other and mess around and stuff like that. So that was another nice touch that I'm glad they added in there.
Oh man, at first it was like, how is this gonna work? You know, what are we doing here? But everybody had that same vibe at the same time of, this is gonna be fun. Let's make this fun. That pressure is off, and oh my gosh, man, it was so much magic that occurred that night. We were laughing so hard all night long watching the 2v2s. And you're right, Wigan, it sort of broke that super high intense focus that these players have to have, and even the fans have to have, right? They're watching the stories, they're watching the VODs, they're seeing the different games, but everybody got to just relax for a second and really have fun with this. They had 4 people casting that game at once, or those games at once, and it was just a lot of fun to watch, man. And DJ Wheat's like, this is the biggest prize pool for a 2v2 at an MLG event. You know, they're just having fun as casters, and it really was a good time. Is this something that that MLG will implement in other tournaments? Maybe in the pro circuits, no, but in a small arena like this, it totally fit, right? Like it totally fit. So I think people would love to see more of that. Reddit loved it. Team Liquid loved it. The community loved it. So that was a lot of fun. We already talked about the round robin style. That's only going to work in smaller tournaments.
Perfect for that event, though. They did a lot of little things that were really good for the event. Even with the analysts they picked, or like good personalities that are known as intelligent players and stuff like this. Just hats off to the whole setup there.
Yeah, they made some great planning decisions for the event. And if you look at it on paper, though, 9 casters to 8 players. What? But it made sense. It completely worked. And so it's like, that's the standard now for a small tournament, as you have these different personalities. And that is exactly what they were. You know, Axlav, I didn't know that much about the person, but he is a great guy, and he can articulate him very well. So can QXC. And Chef, you know, we've always seen him stream. And QXC is going to be graduating here in 2 weeks, so I'm really excited for him. So each of them brought a personality, a fire to that event, and it totally worked, man. And Puckett, the executive producer for StarCraft 2 for MLG, and Adam, and everybody else that was behind it, they knew what they were doing, and it totally paid off. And so my hat's off to them in planning. The most important part of that entire weekend was the victory for DRG. And a victory it was. I was standing in the same room there, obviously, waiting to do the post-game interview. We wanted to do something a little bit bigger, you know, with the check ceremony to know that he won. But being in that room and hearing the clicks on the keyboard going a million miles a minute, man, they are clicking nonstop and waiting for a second and then going real fast and doing something else from both of them. And I could see DRG's mouth moving a little bit, articulating words in Korean when he was playing. And then the victory, when it finally happened, MKP kind of collapsed and DRG just exploded almost in his chair like like that. And seeing that and the happiness in him after I made sure who won, like, it was kind of difficult at first, like, who won? Because I couldn't hear the game at all or what was going on. And both the reactions were so powerful. But knowing that DRG won and getting to interview him at the end, and when he did his little dance and said "For the Swarm" was great. And it was a great tournament, a very powerful 7-game series, a great drama, a great story. You know, these guys, 3rd time in a row at an MLG event up against each other, and DRG won it. So it was really cool. I remember when DRG, I asked him if he had any words for MKP, and DRG said, "There's no such thing as 3 in a row." And then Marine King said, "I hope when I beat you, you don't quit competitive gaming." It's like, dude, these are some words, man. Like, but you know, they're enjoying the moment they have. It was great. It's a great weekend, and really happy for DRG winning. Hats off to MKP, did a wonderful job, and look forward to the next spring arena, my friends. It should be a really good one. Anything else to add before we move on to DreamHack?
Apparently, the way to beat Marine King is just to 2-base all-in him, because that's two tournaments in a row he just dies to 2-base all-ins. Sad. Sad for Marine King. Really wanted him to win.
Well, I
Oh,
also
well.
got to do some great interviews. I interviewed Grubby, great guy.
Grubby, that's okay. I do want to say that Grubby.
Okay.
Every time I didn't really follow Warcraft 3 competitively. I was just like wasn't aware of the competitive scene at all. For the very brief amount of time I played Warcraft 3. But every time I see Grubby on camera, I'm just like more and more impressed, and like he really shined out at that event as just a guy that really just did well in front of the camera and just knew exactly what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm. He's
So-
very photogenic in front of the camera. He knows what to do in front of a camera. You know, compared to some players or other people where their personality really doesn't shine on camera. His does, and he knows how to work it, man. He knows how to act in front of a camera.
Mhm.
His skill was completely there. I mean, there was no doubt of his casting skill and his knowledge of the game. But I got to learn a lot more about him and his wife Cassandra. She was very lovely. They just make a great couple. Seeing them together, getting to know that he has over 600,000 followers on his Chinese Twitter. It's huge. There's a huge
Damn.
fan base in China. Huge fan base. And I had the privilege of interviewing him at Big Flex 4, sponsored by Big Flex 4 Razors, but the Get Real interview. Got to interview Hotbit on Saturday. That was cool.
Nice.
And Artosis on Sunday.
The Artosis one was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the other two.
Dude, the first question I asked was so funny. He's like, yep, I think one Korean kid in my town, his dad taught Taekwondo and his mom owned a laundromat. It's like, oh, that was a good time. So that's what I got to do all weekend long. And it was nice only having to fly about 50 minutes home
Yeah.
from NYC. New York City was a cool place, man. I think I could definitely live there. I think it could happen. Okay, well, let's shift gears here and talk about DreamHack. Now, I'm going to have to rely a lot on you guys here because you saw more than I did. I was able to get to see bits and pieces. But first off, it was Thorzania at that event. Omerta?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, Omerta. Overall, what did you think of DreamHack?
It was good, man. Thorzane is so good. I think I was talking about this last time we were on, that I think he's honestly as good as like any Korean Terran, like when he's playing really well, and like he especially showed it in that last series against Polt. His decision making is just like perfect. It's crazy, man. He just makes the right decision all the time. And then the other really cool story there was Rhett, man. Rhett took third. He beat Genius, and ZVP has been something that he's always struggled with and kind of even complained about at times. I remember when he went to the Red Bull LAN, that's when he went there to work on and stuff, and he beat Genius straight up, man, in a really, really good series. So took third, and Thorzane taken first. I was kind of disappointed in Polt's play in the finals, though. I think he did a lot of really cheesy stuff. I don't know if he was actually just afraid to play Thorzane in a straight-up series, or if he just kind of wanted to catch him off guard. But Thorzane reacted really well to everything he did and was able to take it home.
Yeah, Thorzane's one of those players that just more than anybody else, he puts himself in a winning position. Every game he plays. He's not really known for his control or his APM or anything. Even though he has good control and he's fast and everything like that. But he literally more than any other player I can think of, just puts himself in a good position. Like, you look like, I think Marine King is probably the best Terran best player in the world. Arguable, but you could say that. And Marine King is a player that can win even when he's in a bad position. Thorzane is a player that's just never in a bad position.
Oh, dude, there was a moment where MKP had a group of Marines and 2 medevacs next to some minerals and held the line, dude, against DRG's forces. And we were going nuts in the lounge watching that, man. We were like, those were the only Marines that survived that engagement. They're going to go back to the base and tell all their friends. They were not going to believe the horror stories they had of all their friends dying from Baneling bust, but they made it. It was either jumping off the cliff or standing and fighting. And they stood on, man, but that was impressive.
I think definitely...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, finish
Go ahead.
what you're saying then.
No, somebody sent me a tweet on Twitter like, looks like Team Polt's going to do it for DreamHack, man. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's see how far he goes. And I love Polt. But the foreigner winning
Team Polt.
DreamHack, Thorzane, that was great, man. And I got
It
to
was
see
definitely-
VODs of the victory and the amazing production value, which we'll get into a little bit later. But so happy for Thorzane. So happy.
Yeah, it was definitely a foreigners fighting event. I think who else did well? Let me look at the bracket. Nurchio did decent. But yeah, Thorzane and Rhett just getting super far and beating such good players. Not a lot more you could ask for as like a fan of like foreigners in a tournament.
Yeah, well, this was a big foreigner tournament, DreamHack. You know, they had 5 Koreans? 5 notable Koreans?
Let's see.
I think they had a couple more, but
Genius, Monster, Hyun, Thorzane.
got to watch a little bit of Hyung's game.
4?
Okay.
That was
JY
just an enough bracket.
Yeah, JYP was not able to make it because of bronchitis. Idra couldn't make it because he was sick. So they had a lot of people there. A lot of people there. Omerta, anything to add before we move on?
No, I didn't get to watch a ton of StarCraft this weekend because I was out. But from what I did get to watch, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the crowd at DreamHack also, man, was just amazing. I know the esports scene is pretty big over in Sweden.
It's a festival, man. It's a festival at
Yeah,
DreamHack.
the crowd definitely loved it, and especially seeing one of their hometown guys win, man, it's really cool.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I want to talk about In Control.
Yeah.
I got to see bits, very small bits and pieces. I sent him a tweet telling him congratulations because Reddit loved him, which does mean a lot because Reddit is a pretty good judge of knowing your stuff in esports
Reddit
and being entertained.
is one vocal fanboy. Fan face. They either love you or hate you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They'll get out the pitchforks, or they'll stand by you and buy your Team Polt jerseys. But
Where are those, by the way?
I'm working on it. You did a great job. You did a great job from what I read and from what I saw. What did you guys
Really
think,
did.
Wigan?
No, he really did. You got to look out, man. He's coming for your job. No, he did great, and it was.
He'll take it physically.
Well, yeah, it's just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
But no.
he's got to make sure they have a bigger couch for him. Or that couch is too small.
Yeah, but no, it was a role he fit really well into, and you could kind of, like, if you watch a lot of Stage of the Game or something, you could kind of tell that he would be good in that kind of role. But he really took to it well, and that they loved him there and did a great job. So man,
Now,
it'd be cool to see him in that role more often.
Did he do a lot of the post game interviews? Did he do any pre-game?
Yeah, he did,
interviews?
and he did. He had. It was neat to see a professional player doing those kind of questions because the questions were, and he had a lot of time to do them too. So the questions were very in depth and very very specific to what had happened in the game. So it was really good and really cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to have post game interviews. Like I have my own couch in Clutch's corner. I can like, okay, game 2, you decided to do Viking harassments instead of doing drop harassment and stuff like that. Ask those kind of questions. We don't have time. Like sometimes I'm not even able to watch the games. I couldn't watch really most of the games at the Dr. Pepper lounge. But I'm really glad that they could fit that in because a lot of the fans want to see that. They want to see more in-depth questions and answers with the player right after the event instead of the casters talking about it. No, the casters are great. That's their job. But from a player's perspective, it's different. It's a different perspective. And so I think it was a great fit that they added that. And In Control, being a professional gamer, like you said, a professional in StarCraft 2, can have that better line of communication with the player at specific instances compared to a caster or myself as a host. Yeah, like I still want my job. But I'm so glad for him. But I think he'd be the first to say that this does not take place of him being a competitor. And that's the same with the analysts that we had at MLG. Chef, Axlive, and QXC are competitors first. Yeah, of course they wouldn't say no to an opportunity they had like they did at the spring arena, and I'm sure Jeff wouldn't have said no to the opportunity that he had. It's fantastic. But they're competitors first, and I think they'd want to compete first. 5 years down the line, maybe something a little bit different, but that's in their hearts and minds right now. Maybe I should do that. Get a couch and call it the Clutch Corner.
Drag one down
Do
to
it.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. We'll see, man. I'm all over the place at those events, though. Literally, like, Puckett would come into the room and be like, hey, I need you for an interview. Okay, here we go. I think of the questions right then and there. I'm glad I got to ask about Ganji's wrist, man, because his wrist was bothering him since, I think, Friday. And his answer was great. He said, it makes me more focused than actually affect my gameplay. I thought that was a cool answer. Really cool answer. And yeah, it was a little bit different not having a crowd there. But that intimate setting was cool, man, especially with New York City right behind you. Right behind you. Wigan, we got to get you there, man.
Yeah, next time, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Should be at the
Definitely,
next
man.
one.
So let's talk about the production value of both the tournaments. The MLG production value, they have an Emmy Award winner. That is, they're doing the lighting, which I thought he did a fantastic job. The arena itself is the MLG office, so they have to reconnoiter different things in the office to create what they have. But it's professionals working there. And I thought the entire production value for what it was fantastic. The lighting was fantastic. The Dr. Pepper Lounge was great. We got to have different angles, and people got to watch the huge 80-inch screen in the room. But a lot of people loved the setting and the lighting on the players. Did you guys have any comments about the production value for the spring arena?
No, I thought it was great, man.
Cool.
Yeah. I thought the biggest thing I noticed was how they adjusted the format and how they went to
Yeah.
and how they like inserted the replays and the analysts and stuff like that. That was the biggest thing that stood out to me. So I guess that's a really good thing for production that it
was seamless.
Honestly, it was seamless. Honestly, most of the time you notice production at a tournament, it's because they're like messing up, like their sound guy is just completely terrible or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so if I didn't notice anything, and to be honest, when I watch an MLG event, I expect high quality anyway. So hey, great job.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have a little bit more control when you're in your own house, right? But I thought it was great, and that seamless transition of moving the analysts to the different desks, I thought was fun. The differences, though, compared to other events, is there's no commercial breaks. I mean, you have breaks, honestly, but it's to set up for the next match. There's no commercials. So they're trying to keep the stream going as fast as possible, on to the next matchup. Go, go, go. And I thought they did a great job. The lighting guy, and in my experience working with lighting and stuff, that you gotta be pretty good at what you're doing to set it up quickly to make it look great. And they did that. Got to sit on a couch when I did 2 of the big interviews in front of like the whole New York skylight with the Empire State Building behind me. So it was pretty cool. The DreamHack production, holy crap, man, that was amazing. They had the gym with that camera that would go from the player exiting the stage and up around where Jeff was sitting and come down to where he was sitting.
That was cool.
I thought that was really neat. They had some of the camera transitions were super fast, so you're like, whoa, 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 it's going really fast. But that was fantastic. Lighting was great. Stage was awesome. The crowd was fantastic. The lighting on the crowd, which is important, was amazing. The different hues of red was really cool, and it gives it that vibe. Like, even as a crowd member, you're sitting there like, dude, I'm decked out all in red, man. This is crazy awesome. Thorzane's gonna win. I mean, it sets a certain mood, and they had a great production value, and they had a great ceremony for the ending. Would you guys want to see that for say Anaheim?
I actually didn't see the ceremony, so I can't.
Oh
really
man,
what was it like? I saw a YouTube video that was just very briefly the reaction right after Thorzane won. I was like, that's really awesome, but I didn't actually get to see it. So
well, he won. He walked out. He high-fived a bunch of people. I think there was champagne involved later on when they presented him the check.
Yep.
But it was big, man. It was a big event for him, and the confetti came down, I believe. It felt more like a GSL style ending, which are always really good.
I mean, that's cool, but I think we need to go the full OGN, OSL style. Just get an airplane hangar, right? Open it up
Yeah.
and have the players come out of an airplane. That's
Okay.
what we need.
Okay.
That's what we need for a ceremony.
Yeah. No, it's getting bigger. Just the one thing that I think MLG could improve on is the ending ceremony itself. Because having an interview and presenting the check and the award is great, but I think there can be more, and I think they know that too. Is that there can be more for it. Lighting and things like that. The stadium, that the DreamHack EZO tournament happened. I would love to see that at other events. That kind of lighting on the audience, because it really makes a difference. It really does. It's like going to a concert, man. That lighting's on the audience like that. You're like, oh, this is cool, man. I'm part of the event. Compared to just the lights from the convention center. But that takes money, and you gotta pay the power bill for all that lighting. So, but that's definitely something I'd like to see other events work on, is the house lighting, technical term for it. But dude, DreamHack looked fantastic. I wish I could afford to go to the summer one. Maybe they could hire me to be a host for
Putting that on the
DreamHack
table,
Summer.
take it.
Yeah,
Putting
it
it out
is. It is actually on the table. I have talked to a couple people, but the trouble is, it costs so much money to get there, and they have a lot of great talent in Europe already. But we'll see, man. A lot of people in the community said they'd love to see me there. I'd love to go there. I think it'd be fantastic. But there is an event that I'm sure you guys have heard of. It's in a little town in California. We've been there before, all of us. A little town I call Anaheim. That in the upcoming weeks, gentlemen, I think the internet will break with the news that will be announced. And that's all I can say.
The announcement of an announcement.
Announcement.
It's very esports of you.
Yeah,
That's
there's nothing
all I
more
can say.
esports than announcements of announcements.
I know.
Especially because not only are you teasing it for the audience, but none of us have any idea what you're
Yeah,
fucking
I have no
talking
idea.
about either. And we're gonna be there.
Yep.
I think Waddles knows, but he won't tell me.
No.
No.
Waddles
Waddles
him
doesn't
and I-
snitch. No snitching.
He
with
doesn't. Waddles doesn't. He's no snitch, man. Just know that the wait will be worth it.
I'm sure it will.
It will be worth it. So cool. Okay. The next item on the agenda, and also that we can finally have Dylan talk,
Yeah.
is the fighting game
Dude, they're
arena that's
Stacks.
happening. Stacks
Dex.
Johnson. Action Stacks Johnson.
Stacks Johnson is on deck.
He
for
is
this
on
story.
deck, ready to go. Fighting game arena happening this weekend. Soul Calibur 5, Mortal Kombat. Dylan,
Yep.
Stacks Johnson, tell us what's in store for us this weekend.
This weekend will be the first MLG Spring Arena for fighting games. It's going to be a one-day event rather than like a 3-day that StarCraft has, because I guess they're spoiled and get everything that's cool. But it's going to be 2 to 9:45 on Saturday, this Saturday. It's only $5 for high def. It's free for standard def.
And then watch
Because
people
we don't-
complain, $5!
Yeah,
$5!
I mean,
That's
don't need
what the
the
internet
money.
sounds like when they have to pay money.
Fighting games doesn't need money. I mean, $5. But
It's
it's going
kind
to
of
be
an
hosted-
insult giving money to fighting games.
Yeah, apparently. But it's going to be casted by Juicebox Abel, Tom Brady, the Tom Brady, and Bibulus.
Tom Brady, the guy that chokes at all the Super Bowls?
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
know
for.
if he's choking on wings, but it's definitely a Tom Brady. But yeah, it's going to be Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur, the top 8 finishers from MLG Columbus. There's already rivalries building. It's awesome with CD with Rio versus Kerbalicious and CD Junior versus Kerbalicious. It's like the whole VVV team versus Kerbalicious at this point. He was like It's become insane just because Kerbalicious came out of nowhere. He was known as this online star, and he just showed up and finished fourth. It was pretty cool. Fourth, I believe, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the sheet in front of me, but there's a ton of big names from Crazy Dominican, Smith, Detroit Ballin, RAU, CD Jr. That's just for Mortal Kombat. Then you look at Soul Calibur. You have Kiev all the way from
France?
No, Cayenne's from France.
Cayenne is, okay.
Cayenne's from France, and she's going to be seeded number 7. And everybody loved seeing Cayenne there in MLG Columbus, so it's going to be cool to see her on stream at all
She's that
times.
very attractive
Yeah,
woman. She's a very attractive woman. Yeah,
Yes,
it was nice to meet her.
she's a very, very lovely person, too.
Yeah.
The one thing that they were really, the fighting games, when I say they, fighting games competitors were all weirded out about in MLG Columbus was they kept having to fight their own teammates and fight their own people from their own country. And since it's the first event, the seeds were random. We can't really do anything about that, but it happens. But Cayenne ended up 7th, and she's going to be there this weekend, and it's going to be a full stacked event. It's going to be for free or $5 for high def. So if you can fork over $5 instead of going to McDonald's, then watch some fighting games.
Dude, fast for fighting games, man.
Yes, yeah.
That's what they should do.
Fasting for
Right.
Fast for fighting games.
Yeah. I will watch as much as I can on Saturday. What time does it start? Eastern?
Starts at 2
2.
Eastern.
Nice. Cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Juicebox, Abel, cool guy. That guy can dance,
cool.
too. He's a good dancer. He can do the worm. Very impressive. I actually got to watch his stream a little while ago. He streamed some Chrono Trigger, man. Very cool to see.
Awesome.
But I have a lot of love for the fighting game community, especially for Mortal Kombat. Love that game. But I went out and bought, they had on sale at GameStop, they had Mortal Kombat, and they had Soul Calibur 5 for like $30, $40.
Have you picked up King of Fighters yet, Josh?
No, I haven't. Not yet. Not yet.
That's the next one, man.
I know. I will get it once I hit Masters in StarCraft 2, so that'll probably be in 2015.
I heard we have 2 guys in this show right here that can help you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to start listening to advice. 2 racks means 2, not 3, sir.
I do. I do listen to your advice, and what happens is these opponents I play against have like the craziest builds ever, and I lose to them. Anyways, working on it, getting better. Control groups is key right now, especially when just taking out 2-base Colossi, man. I'm like, oh, you have 2-base Colossi? Make 3 starports and
press things on your keyboard instead of clicking them. So,
You guys are the best.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when I
Stacks
found out,
on deck Johnson.
oh my gosh, dude, when I found out T was stem,
You were
Came
like
over.
Diamond League when you found that out. I
I
don't
know,
how
dude.
the fuck you got
dude, 'cause
that moment. You're like,
That
what's
feel
stem?
when
Like what?
I would just 1A move and then put my mouse over there because I just did. I'm like, stem, yeah, I like clicking it, yeah. And then when the A happened, I don't know, it kind of lost that dramatic clicking power. But hey, I'd rather have the dramatic win than clicking. So, but you learn, you keep learning. You keep
I
learning.
think the lesson to learn from this is you can get to diamond no matter how you press stem. As long as you can find any way to press stem, Diamond League can
That's
be
how
yours.
That's how Terran was back in the day, man. Where I was in Diamond and I didn't play for a couple months because I was busy with other games. Then I come back and like, oh hey, remember that 5 Rax Reaper rush you could do against the rush? That 5 Rax Reaper build you could do against Zerg doesn't work anymore. Like, oh dang it, what do I do now? I can't win from 1 base. Anyway,
Every time I'm beating a Terran, I lag out. I don't know how they do it, but it's working.
you're playing against Deezer, man. That's what happens. That's what happens. Well, guys, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Terra Beta and the Guild Wars 2 Beta. Then we're going to have open phones. So this is Shifting Gears, and we'll be back in just a second. You should totally stay tuned.
Totally.
Totally.
Totes the goat.
and gentlemen, welcome back to Shifting Gears. I'm your host, Clutch, and for this episode, I am joined by Wigan Omerta and Stax Johnson himself, Dylan J. Lowry. Now, I want to be clear first that none of you guys have played the Terra Beta, correct?
No.
I watched a little bit of it, but
Okay.
I'm familiar with MMOs, into Korean MMOs.
He is familiar, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Terra is an MMO that has been released in Korea for quite some time now, I think about around a year. And it's done okay in Korea. Some people say it hasn't done as well as it should have. The concepts of Terra that I wanted to bring up specifically, one is its art style, it's beautiful. The other is the action combat system. Now, in MMOs, you click an enemy, you press WASD to move, but honestly, you just keep clicking buttons until it dies. In Terra, the action is you have to specifically target the different enemies that you're attacking. You have to dodge their attacks. If you use a shield, you physically have to press a button or move the shield in the direction that they're attacking. And as a healer, you have to lock onto the target your healing or the different area that you want to surround heal or AoE heal. So that kind of targeting system in an MMO is new, cool, innovative, and honestly keeps you way more engaged when you're playing compared to the random hack and slash stay on target MMOs in the past. The warning, the cautionary tape that we throw around MMOs is the grind fest that can occur. But this is the difference with Terra coming from Korea, which they love their grind, look at Aeon, to the more Western scene of MMOs, is that there is not much of a grind fest. A lot of it is questing, and you enjoy the quest and the fighting because of the targeting system.
Here's my question.
Go ahead, man.
About
I was almost done
year.
doing an overlay, an overview, but go ahead and ask.
You said it wasn't a grind fest.
Uh-huh.
How far did you get into the game?
Oh, this is coming from a lot of people that have played the game in Korea.
Really?
Yeah.
They're saying okay.
And it's also
Because-
this is also why it's not as successful in Korea, because it's not a grind fest.
Really? Okay, because every time I hear Korean MMO,
Yep. You hear staying in the same place for 7 days just to go up one level.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that is my Korean MMO experience.
Exactly. I am excited for it because of the combat system. Now, in the history of video games or any type of medium or even invention, somebody will come out with a really cool idea, but the overall product doesn't do too well. But somebody incorporates that idea and puts it into something else later on, and it's huge, right? But they always have to go back and give credit to where credit was due. So I think the action system and the targeting system in this, even though Terra is not a huge hit in the United States, a lot of developers will look at that and say, wow, that's a lot more engaging than the old style MMO. Let's move that into the targeting system we're going to have into our MMO, plus have all these great features, and then you have the next big hit, right? So I'm excited about that. The music is very good. The graphics, like I said, are beautiful. I saw people on mounts at level 10, which, is refreshing instead of having to wait till level 30. The story, though, is like, bleh. It's so hard to overcome the amount of awesome that Star Wars The Old Republic was in telling stories in an MMO. These other games, like, I don't even read the text for the quests, man. I just skip through them. So I feel that Star Wars The Old Republic has set a standard for how to tell a story in a video game, and a massive multiplayer online RPG video game. And Dylan's Penguin, I think, agrees with me here. That
Waddles just wants airtime.
he does. Waddles wants airtime. That you have to kind of reach that standard now in telling a story here. Otherwise, it's not about a story. It's about getting better gear so you have better numbers, so you can kill monsters to get better gear, which pretty much turns into the end game of it all. Now, the cool thing about the PvP is that you can have guild versus guild PvP. Like, you can start a war against another guild, so when you see each other, like in the world, you can fight each other and whatnot. And they have kind of a battleground or arena type system for the PvP. But there wasn't a whole lot of it endgame content-wise. At least that's what the Koreans were saying. So I'm a little bit hesitant to even really check it out and get to top level, even if I have the time, because of the lack of PvP. Because I think PvP is the lasting value of a lot of MMOs. It's that competitive edge, that competitive format that you want to have, that you want to continue, kind of grinding out a little bit longer to get that better gear in a PvP scenario, rather than, oh yeah, we're gonna fight the same boss over and over again. Oh, there's a hard mode too, where these balls fly at you 20 times faster and you have to dodge them. Whoopity-doo. It's like, that's not fun, man. Like, I don't care. But if I
That's
get
fun to a lot of people, though.
Yes, but I'm not a lot of people, Dylan. I'm clutch, okay? But what's
Whoa.
fun is or Biff Missile on League of Legends now. Um, what's fun is that competitive edge, that competitive drive that you have that I loved in Star Wars: The Old Republic. It just was too bad that there wasn't a whole lot of end game content, though. You know what I'm saying? I miss the hut ball. I miss those PvP arenas that we had in Star Wars: The Old Republic, even though some of it was broken because Wigan maybe
Old
chose
Republic-
the wrong. Go ahead.
Not exactly a shining example of having a lot of end game comment.
No, it
though.
didn't.
Like,
But the PvP, you got to admit, we had a lot of fun playing the PvP.
oh yeah, honestly, Hutball was so fun.
Yeah.
I wish that if they need to add more things like that into other games, like that, Hutball alone was worth playing the amount of Old Republic that I did play.
Yeah. I
Even if
think
it was kind of imbalanced.
I think BioWare really dropped the ball on the competitive scene there, man. Like, that was castable. You could have
It really was, yeah.
highlighted Hotball as, an esport, man. It could have totally happened. It was, especially if it had better spectator mode, and you have that ball flying across the map and people getting dragged up and falling in the acid and stuff. There's a lot going on, but not too much going on. It's not a huge chaotic battlefield where there's 64 people going against each other there. They could have done a lot more. And I think BioWare just had a bunch of labor pains and finally cranked out this huge AAA title game, and it came out, they're like, oh my gosh, it's over, finally. Let's make a Rat-Ghouls DLC, guys. Let's do zombies. And that's about it. That's all that's really happened. They have Legacy, which is all how, oh, whoopity-doo, get to make another character, and they have these little added bonus stuff. No thanks. When an expansion comes out, I think I'll definitely get it. But for right now, there's nothing else to the game. And I think that might be the same thing with Terra. You get to the high levels, I don't think any guys are going to play it. I think Wombat will play it, maybe a couple other people. And honestly, playing without friends kind of sucks in any kind of game, especially in MMO. Where you get to that level and you go, well, this game's done, moving on. And the way that the MMO companies build their model is we have to continually have that income if we're going to make DLC, man. And if people get to the end of the game and they leave, we're not going to have that income. We can't develop anything anymore. So I don't know what the answer is. Maybe developers need to focus a lot harder on the end game content right after release, budget-wise. So, like, okay, release the game, and for the next 2 months, you just crank out a really big DLC end game content stuff that people enjoy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that entire process is, but that's the death of these MMOs that come out. They get to the end, and it's over, and they're not going to give them any more money. So, but let's shift gears and talk about Guild Wars 2. Another beta
Let's do it.
coming out this weekend. I definitely have my copy that'll be downloaded by that time. And PvP, a lot of people say, is going to be a very big deal in this game. And you have different instances and areas in the game that matter, the kind of choices that you make. This village can exist one day and it could be completely burned down, and all the townspeople and merchants that you bought from will be destroyed. It'll be gone. So you have that persistent world kind of vibe. But it's possible that so many people played Guild Wars 1 will not want to switch over to Guild Wars 2, or Guild Wars 1 is pretty much done. People have gotten to the end of it, and they want to switch over to Guild Wars 2. I thought that EverQuest 2's weakness or fault, was that so many people had invested so much into EverQuest 1, they didn't want to pick up from the beginning in EverQuest 2. And I don't know if that'll be the same case for Guild Wars 2, but we're starting to see a lot of people jump the ship of World of Warcraft into new MMOs that are coming out. Because World of Warcraft, it's on its last leg, man. Pandas are cute and all, and I like martial arts. But I think when the Lich King died, that was the end of the WoW saga. Galen, I know you're not a big fan of MMOs. Dylan, I don't even
I'm
know
all
if
about WoW, man.
Yeah,
I love that game.
you played. I think we all loved Vanilla WoW, except for Galen. But
I played through Wrath.
Yeah.
I quit Cataclysm.
I played through Wrath. I played Cataclysm for 2 hours and went, "What am I doing?" Then left. But Wigan, you know, you and I, we have gone on the MMO journeys once or twice. Your thoughts on any of the upcoming MMOs, especially Guild Wars 2?
The one I'm most excited for is Guild Wars 2 because it's a little bit fresh compared to a lot of the other MMOs. And Guild Wars, the first Guild Wars was really well done and interesting. It just didn't really. I mean, it was pretty popular too. I guess it did kind of fell under the shadow of World of Warcraft. So it'll be kind of exciting to see Guild Wars 2, and it looks like they're really going all in on the PvP, and that's what excites me in any game is the player versus player competitive aspect. So I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, I'll be on that beta with you. So that's pretty cool. I don't really care for Terra that much.
Yeah.
It looked interesting, but it's just not something I could see myself putting too much time into because, to be perfectly frank, between
Diablo 3.
StarCraft 2 and Diablo 3, I don't know
Yeah.
how I'll have time for
And
those.
I think that's the hardest thing going for Terra is that Diablo 3 comes out 15 days after Terra is released. And for those 15 days, I could either be playing StarCraft 2 and heading up the ladder up to Masters, or I could be playing Terra and then stop after a month and play Diablo 3. It's like, it's that planning, that, well, in the future, in 15 days, I'm not going to play this game anymore, so I should probably save my $16 plus the $15 subscription fee. And I think a lot of people are, like people in the beta even were talking in the area chat going like, man, I can't wait till Diablo 3 comes out. It's going to be so good. And people are like, Diablo 3 sucks, man. Like, how would you know? You only played a fourth of the first act of the game, dude. He's like, they've jumped ship and they've had to wait for 12. It's like this whole dialogue about Diablo 3 going on while people are playing a beta for Terra. So
That ought to tell you something, man.
Yep.
Diablo 3, that game is going to be so massive.
that is going to be...
It's going to be hard to fit time in for anything but that.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm graduating school May 4th. I just had one of my last classes today, turned in my paper. I have to perform a scene next week on Thursday, and that's it. I will have successfully completed my entire scholastic career at 26 years old with 2 college degrees, man. So done with school. Looking forward to that day. Big party at my house May 5th. That's going to be fun.
All the chat's invited.
Yeah, all the chats.
All the chat.
All the chats invited. Oh, Murdo, you should come down, man.
I would be down for that.
You really
man.
should. May 5th. May 5th.
Yeah.
So, that's the
Stax
MMO.
Johnson, don't worry about showing up.
It's a bit longer of a trip for you.
It's
buddy,
a little bit longer, but Stax Johnson, there's only one way you travel, and that's the speed of go.
I
So-
only have one speed.
You only have one speed, and that's go. So, hey, man, you're welcome to attend. Totally
I
down.
thought you were going to say you only have one speed, and that's maybe 5 to 10 above the speed limit on the way up.
Until you get a ticket, man.
Yeah, those aren't fun.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the news I wanted to share in the MMO sphere. Well, guys, I think it's time to take calls. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Okay.
Who has a question for Watts?
Waddles. The phones are now open. The Skype is JG Clutch. Feel free to chime in. Give us your opinions. How much you enjoy DreamHack or MLG Spring Arena #1, or the Dr. Pepper stream, which was a lot of fun. Dr. Pepper now follows me on Twitter. I don't usually drink Setup, but when I do, I drink Dr. Pepper.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, buddy.
I'm a water guy myself. So, just waiting for any calls to come in here. JG Clutch on Skype. Yeah.
I figured you would be spammed with calls. What is this?
Yeah. Maybe people are timid. We've been spammed before, man. We're on the main page of Twitch.tv. Want to thank all our friends from Twitch. Great guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Unoverrated is calling in.
Are you prepared for the?
Yeah, but
The
I
shuffle
think
of-
here we go.
Oh,
Unoverrated,
Dave, just
welcome to Shifting
dominated
Gears.
by the Skype window.
Gosh. Well, at least Waddles is still on there for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Waddles.
Unoverrated, you're on.
Man.
Hey,
Go
Clutch,
ahead.
how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, sorry, I just want to apologize for my mic just before we get started. I don't know how good it is right now. It's just my computer mic. My ashes are broken currently.
Well,
So
it sounds like you swallowed it, but okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. So we'll make it short. So listen, like I was watching the arena this weekend, and I just, the 8-player format was kind of like funky, and then like 2 people got eliminated, so it was just like going into Sunday was kind of lame, like Huck, like the foreigner that was everyone was like watching pretty much got eliminated, and Parting, the other Protoss, like I'm Protoss, like I have 1 player to watch the whole rest of Sunday, pretty
Yeah.
much, you know what I mean? So that was kind of like a buzzkill. I feel like with 8 people, you don't really need to eliminate 2 going to Sunday. You just have like the seeding really like be a factor. Like that's what round robin is for. Like your thoughts on like the Protoss, like just getting.
It's unfortunate. Honestly, my pick to win it was Huck, man. And even though people were like, Huck, really? He's like, yeah, dude, I think it's going to be his tournament. But he placed last. That's
I
the
think we should apologize for Protoss, you picking Protoss and playing Protoss.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I feel your pain.
As a Terran player, I have
yeah.
no sympathy for you. Stop base all-inning me and stop building sentries.
Honestly, it's tough to watch any person get knocked out of a tournament, right? Especially when there's only 6 people left out of the 8. They're like, well, what do these 2 people do the rest of the weekend? But that's the kind of tournament that it was. But guess what? There's going to be a lot more tournaments. And there's going to be a lot more chances that Protoss players get to shine. I think MC will take one here pretty soon. He's the only one that defeated Marine King in the whole round robin, even though he got knocked out later on. So we'll see, man. But I'm looking forward to the 24 players, 32 players coming to the spring arena number 2, and that'll be a different format. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more Protoss action happening there.
Yeah, was there like a specific explanation as to why they decided to eliminate 2 and then do the rest for seeding? Was it like a scheduling thing, or was it just so there was a little bit more impact for the actual round robin part? I don't actually know that.
I'm not sure. I know some of the seeding goes into the next arena, and how that works, but I'm not entirely sure. It's listed on the website, I believe, completely, but. I think overall the tournament went great, but yeah, it was tough to see Huck and Parting knocked out.
Yeah.
It was.
Just one last question.
Okay.
How did they decide who made it through between DRG and Parting? I didn't get to see that.
The League Ops went over that. Wigan, did you have something to say?
There's a whole list of 8 different qualifiers as for how to break ties, and the way there was the only way there was any controversy at all is there was one rule that had a little bit of interpretation left open, and the way they interpreted it, and the way almost everybody saw it was that DRG should have gone in over Parting, because it wasn't. They took the overall score, the match score before the player versus the specific player versus player matches, and DRG was ahead on that. So I think the only thing that would have been different is if Parting won one game against Hart, I think, then it would have been a perfect 3-way tie, and I have no idea what they would have done in that situation.
Yeah, well, that's why every match counted. Even though if they won the match point with 2, still that third map counted for all 3 for the 3 game engagements per match to rank that qualification at the end. So every game mattered. And Overrated, thanks for your call, man. Thanks for watching. This weekend.
One last thing.
Okay,
where did you
more?
get that poster from of Olivia Wilde behind you?
What happened to it?
No, where did you get it?
Where did I get it? I bought it online. I think I searched on Amazon, but it actually got sun bleached, man, and the color started to fade, so I got rid of it, unfortunately. But I replaced it with a Diablo 3 poster that's signed by all the developers, so I think that's a fair trade. But maybe what I need to do next is just have Olivia Wilde come over and take a picture next to the poster, and then I can make that my desktop back.
Well,
There you go.
There you go.
That'd be awesome. All right, well, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. I love you guys.
Pick a better race.
All right, Overrated. Thanks for watching, man.
All right, no problem.
All right, take care.
You should have sold the poster on eBay and said it was a real-life Instagram.
Oh, God.
I should have. She is so beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, thanks for that call, man. Well, just still open, guys. Feel free to call in.
Obsession with that woman.
I have, or Reddit does.
With what? Sorry?
Huh?
With an obsession with Olivia Wilde. I mean, very pretty, but why?
Because she's very what?
She's very pretty, but it's
I
just
don't,
Basically, all them-
understand the confusion here.
Do you like
Sorry.
women, Dylan?
oh my god! Oh god!
You just got caught.
I mean, that closet's open back there. I wondered.
Whoa!
Hey, man, to each their own. To each their own.
I didn't know this was a hate crime show.
Oh my gosh, no hate, no hate. I know you like women. I'm just trolling, man.
God, Waddles is so ashamed of me right now.
No, Waddles is good. In the acting world, there's so many different types of viewpoints when it comes to love and relationships and stuff that I look at Olivia Wilde and I say, I want you, or I want a girl like you. That makes it simple for me. I love women. And so does Dylan.
Natalie Portman is much better than Olivia.
Oh, come on, dude. She's 4'8".
Mila Kunis. I'm sorry.
Mila Kunis, yeah, come on.
Alright.
Take her.
That's just a solid top 3, I think, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Phones open. Call in. JZ
Hey,
Cloud.
number 1, Miranda Kerr. Look it up. Go.
Miranda Kerr. Okay.
Miranda Kerr's number 1.
Nice.
Emma Watson. That's a good one too. Funny guy.
Yeah, funny guy in the chat choosing Emma Watson.
By the way, whoever calls in, you have to say your number 1 woman. Go.
Christina Hendricks is one attractive redhead.
Yeah, I mean,
In the Firefly,
Yep.
doing it for
Yeah.
me, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I would still put the other 3 mentioned above Christina.
calling in saying Brandy.
Oh, snap. We're being called by Alex Mendez, a.k.a. Golden Boy. I can't... Hold on. I need to add him.
Anne Hathaway. That's a solid pick. That's a wild card there.
That wouldn't pop to mind for me, not gonna lie, but hey, teach their own.
I'm also a fan of the Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
But she got kind of chunky, bro.
It's all good, bro.
I think we
That's
got
what
the
Photoshop
Golden
will
Boy
do, son.
for the
Yeah,
win.
what's up? You guys hear me?
Welcome
Hello.
to Shifting Gears, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to talk to you finally. You've been a busy man, I see.
I have been. How'd you like PAX?
Awesome, bro. Real awesome. It was lacking you, but other than that, that was
I was
really
there.
good.
I was
You were there?
Yeah.
I didn't see you at all.
Yeah, dude, I sent you
There
a
were kind
DM
of a
on
few
Twitter
people.
like, here's my cell phone. Let's catch up.
God damn it, I suck at that. Sorry about that. I was exhausted like the whole time. So and I'm still recovering from the flu. Like
Ooh.
and PAX was 2 weeks ago.
Sorry to
Maybe
hear
it's a
that,
good
dude.
thing we didn't run into you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of there's a lot of germs floating around in that area.
I carried a disease.
Ooh.
So
But yeah, you checked out Firefall. Did you check out High Res
Yeah.
Studio stuff?
Smite.
yeah, I was all over the place, man. Smite was like really awesome. I really liked it, but I think the game of the show for me was NS2. Natural Selection 2 is awesome. I loved it. So fun.
Saw some videos of that.
Flavin?
I saw some videos of that actually. I didn't get
Yeah.
to play it, but I saw some videos.
Yeah, the guys are really cool. They're really receptive to feedback, and they want to get into like casting. They want like casters and stuff like that. So hint, hint, let's go
Yeah.
make something happen.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, other than that, though, it was really good. You guys said that when you come in, you have to say your favorite woman, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
gonna be the nerd and say my wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good
Yes.
man.
The
I
girl
hope she
of
is
your
watching
dreams,
right
man.
now.
The
God,
girl of your
such
dreams.
a cop out.
Says the single man. That's such
Yeah,
a cop out, dude.
The guy doesn't
Yes.
want to sleep on the couch. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because she's like listening like right over there, so I'm trying to avoid a catastrophe.
How long have you been married, Golden Boy?
Cynthia, how long have you been married?
Oh,
Yes.
well, back to the couch.
It was like 3.5 years now.
Oh,
Sound like
that's awesome, man.
I have to look at my ring to get the exact date
Nice.
usually, but that's how I roll.
I've had a pair of shoes that long. That's about it. That's good, man. That's such a treasured thing. Like, it really
Dude,
is. It really
There's
is.
a guy in the chat named Golden Showers for the win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
There is that guy. He is a fan.
I knew I'd get fans eventually.
So what have you
Wait.
been up to? You gonna cast any games here upcoming? You
Yep. Next week is going to be the UMad Gear Classic. It's the UMG Classic for Call of Duty
nice.
out in Chicago, so I'm going to be doing that. This week? Yeah, it's my wife. She's correcting me. And let me see what else. Also, the week after that, I'm doing something for MLG. This top secret.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. And I was supposed to go out for Niagara that weekend, but the MLG thing came up, so I ended up having to, I guess, take that offer. And what else am I commentating? I have no idea. Just whatever the hell comes around the corner, you know. So.
Nice,
Just
dude.
when they offer me something, I take it.
That's kind of how it goes. Like whatever comes around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on my show now, and on my YouTube show, so lots of good stuff. But you did really you did really good at the Dr. Pepper thing.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man. Thanks. I had a lot of fun doing it, and we had some neat ideas, and I'm glad we got to implement them. And it was a blast. Hopefully, I get to do more because
Yeah,
I
man.
need the money. Being a college graduate here pretty soon.
Congratulations.
Thanks, dude. It's like great. It's like you've worked so hard these last couple of years. Here's the entire world in front of you. No jobs, no money. Most people are doing that right now. They're like graduating, and the unemployment rate for college graduates is like 56%. But hey, man, these different events that are coming up. I got to cast a Gears of War 3 tournament.
I saw
2 of them recently, and that was so much fun. So you just gotta do the hustle and keep working hard, and I get maybe follow a bit in your footsteps, man. You're a great caster, and you do a lot of great stuff in the esports realm, and I hope to meet up with you at a future MLG.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure we will. And I don't know the rest of the guys here, but what's up? I just want to say hi.
I can vouch for
And-
them.
man.
They're good.
Good stuff. And we're gonna play some Guild Wars too, right? Because
Oh,
if
yeah.
I ever upgrade my computer, I want to be one of them elven bark races things, whatever the fuck they are.
Nice.
I'm trying to get into PC gaming, man. Ever since I met you, and I was just like, all right, man, for clutch, I'm gonna get into PC gaming.
Do it for clutch, man. Yeah. Well, hey, it's an entire world of awesome that we have here on the PC. It was World of Warcraft for a while, but people, the PC world is back, my friend, and
But
it's a lot of
pandas,
fun.
That's a,
Yeah. No.
I played Aeon for a minute.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, that was so bad though. Like as soon as I got to level 15, I was like grinding for like 5 hours, and I'm like, damn, this is not fun. Because I played Final Fantasy 11 for
Hey, me
I
too. Yeah.
think the greater part of like my life, and ironically enough, my first MMO was on a console. It was EverQuest Online Adventures. So just want to throw that up.
Solid, ref.
Wow.
Solid.
I got a resume. What can I say? I'm proud of it.
You should definitely get Diablo 3.
Yeah, that's happening. If
Good.
my computer doesn't suck,
Good.
that's happening.
Good. I don't know. Maybe talk to iBuyPower, man. Maybe they can sponsor you with a new computer.
Oh, right.
I should do
Yeah,
the
right.
same thing. But I got a good computer
we
right
all
now.
need to do
Get
that.
a little bit of frame rate lag when I stream like StarCraft 2 on ultra settings and stuff. But
Plus,
Hey.
you realize iBuyPower's about to get 200 emails from people saying, "Can you sponsor me?"
yeah, yeah.
Hey guys,
Saying
my name
Clutch
is
brought me.
Billy. My name is Billy. I go by Golden Showers for the Win on Twitch TV. I would really like it if you'd sponsor me.
They're all
Great.
gonna say Clutch
Great.
brought them here.
Yeah, this Clutch guy, he works at when you sponsor MLG. He works at their events, man. So I know him. His first name's Josh. So you should totally hook me up, man. And they'll do it too. I don't know. if they will. Good luck if they will.
Yeah, right. We'll do it, man. We'll make it
I'm
happen.
sending-
Nice, man. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give?
Just to you and to the guys who do the show. I'll be sure to tune in every week. And I hope I know you offered me to come onto the show one time, but I was like, I think I was dying.
Okay.
From PAX, it was like 2 weeks ago, if I'm correct. I was
Yeah.
dying. But because you had to hear me, I sound like a transvestite. I was like, well, I really don't think I can talk right now.
That
Real
or an
bad.
old blues singer.
Yeah,
Something like that,
that's
blues
pretty much
guitar.
how I sounded. Like I just want to say something real quick. I did Team Fear, Call of Duty Pro Team, asked me to do a top 5 plays of the week. So I was like, dude, I'm really sick. I can't do it. He's like, man, just fuck it. Everyone loves your voice. You sound great. I'm like, all right, man, I'll do it. So, I go. I'm like, how's it going, guys? Golden Boy GW here for the top 5 plays of the week. Number 5 is Moho. And I'm like, oh my god. Like listened it over, and then the guy's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I'm like, "This is a Golden Boy." So, yeah, but yeah, man. Shout out to you guys here. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be sure to catch up with y'all pretty soon.
All right, man. Good luck in all your endeavors and keep us posted.
Will do, man. Take care.
Okay. Thanks for the call.
Peace.
That was nice that he called in. Alex Mendez, a.k.a. Golden Boy. Great guy. Oh, man. I think it's time for some Raging Cajun.
Oh, God.
We talked to this nerd enough as is.
Just mute him and immediately when he gets in here. Mute him.
Can
So
we
he
ask
gets the-
him questions?
Yeah. Can we do that?
Raising Cajun, you are on Shifting Gears.
I hate you, Rage, and go away.
Why so BM, man? What the hell? God.
You have to earn your speaking time with better playing.
Raisin, what is
I
your
guess.
new name now in League of Legends?
It is Papa Dubois.
Papa Dubois.
Papa Dubois.
All right, what is your question, good sir?
All right,
You
my
can.
question is, this is one for all y'all. What is your favorite game to play, but your answer has to incorporate bacon and red pandas?
What?
I'm down. All right, you want me to go first?
Okay,
You go-
Dylan's
yeah,
first.
just start it up, Stacks.
Yeah.
My favorite game to play would have to be Counter-Strike 1.6. Now, the thing about that is, I would compare it to having a red panda baby in my lap, and I would have bacon in the other hand, and I'd be eating the bacon while petting the red panda, and I would compare that to playing 1.6, headshotting a guy across long A with a deagle on a second round save, and I'm going just balls deep on buying a deagle. Just if I lose, I'm screwing my team over with money. But the thing is, the red panda here is like, you can have that bacon, bro. And I'm like, thanks, bro. And I'm eating the bacon, and I'm petting him. And see, I just headshot. Boom. All right, I'm done.
Okay, I think I know how this goes now, so I got this.
Okay.
My favorite game is StarCraft 2, right? And the scenario I paint for myself is like, I'm APM spamming, I've started the game, I play Terran, I'm going, and the faster my fingers go, the faster the bacon is cooking in front of me. But there's this red panda, right? And he's just like hanging out above me, and he's waiting on a certain timer at about like 8 minutes when stim finishes. And if my bacon isn't cooked by that point, he is just jumping and going to town on like the back of my head. So I have to be ready and cook that bacon fast enough. And sometimes I get that bacon in time and it's perfect, right? And I just press T, go nuts, win the game. And other times, Protoss player shows up with like 5 gates and a bunch of sentries in my base. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and suddenly there's a panda just eating the back of my head. But yeah, I love StarCraft 2 for that reason.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and throw these on real quick. thing is, StarCraft 2 is my favorite game, and I play Protoss. And the thing about playing Protoss is, when you miss a force field, the feel inside of my body is that of watching an infant red panda be slaughtered in front of me, while at the same time learning that the world's supply of bacon has disappeared and we'll never be able to have bacon again. So both of those two feelings are what I feel when I miss a force field, and I'm so bad that I miss a lot of force fields. So. I feel the feel of a panda getting slaughtered and never being able to have bacon ever.
So good.
America's singly responsible for
Oh my
the
goodness.
endangerment of red pandas.
Well, Raising Cajun, I will have to say StarCraft 2. And in the morning, when I'm cooking myself some bacon and pouring myself a delicious bowl of cereal.
I thought you were going to say a bowl of red panda.
No.
Looks
God.
like
And on the
PETA is
back
calling.
on that back of that box is a red panda, and I have a staring contest of that red panda. And I stare deep into its cardboard soul, and I think the first thing I'm going to do against a Protoss opponent is 2 racks, little poke, come back, get some starports, and 1 AT into a victory.
There
That's
we
how
go.
I do it. It's every morning. Every morning happens that way.
All right, Raging, get out.
So good bacon. Raisin, thanks for the
You have to be
question,
a little
man.
nice. That was a really good question. Come on.
Oh, get out.
So,
But hey, bacon was involved, man, so you get bonus points. All right.
Yeah.
yes.
I think Galen won though for the greatest answer.
I think so.
All right.
Raging, shut up. Get out.
All right, Raging. See ya. Get out.
Can you just never not wear those sunglasses while we're doing it?
Dude,
Yeah.
those are If
It looks like you have to cock your head back to keep them on.
Yeah.
Tex Featherstone were to wear sunglasses, these would be the sunglasses.
No,
that he
when
would
you
wear.
put them on, you are Tex Featherstone.
Yeah,
So
Tex
true.
Featherstone would wear
That's
those.
all you have to do. That's all you have to do. I don't have a pair of sunglasses near my computer because I can adjust my monitor brightness, Galen. So I wish I did to join
Your
you
sunglasses.
because Biff Missile knows how to wear a pair of aviators, my friend.
I'm just,
By the way, Natalie Portman in this movie.
Yeah, she's an attractive woman. If I was 5 foot tall, why do you have a full screen edition, Dylan?
It's like from the year 1944, man. Calm down,
It's an antique, man.
It's an antique,
Save it.
man. It's in prime condition.
All right, she is a hottie. She is a hottie. It's just too bad that all of her scenes in Star Wars had her sitting on a couch for every important one. Okay, still taking calls, guys. Got a couple minutes left in the show. Couple minutes left. Still taking calls.
Waddles needs a question.
Oh, there's Waddles. Oh no. We've got the man himself. I like to stim tempo.
No matter what?
You're on, buddy. Welcome to Shifting Gears.
So,
Hey man, I'm gonna let you finish. Clutch. I'm gonna let you finish. But you know, Waddles is the best show host of all time.
Waddles.
Waddles is the best show
time.
host of all time.
I second that.
Look at him fist pumping right now.
Oh,
Just
Waddles.
Daps.
Waddles
Look at
best
the
host
daps.
NA.
All right, so you know, I wanted to actually come here and let you know that you are doing an ill thing with the show. I'm digging it. As far as beautiful woman, I'd have to say Kristen Crook from Smallville.
Tempo,
well, that's a good one.
dude. I am
That was a good
buying you
choice.
Kristen
whatever you want, man. When I next see you, I have had a crush on her since I was like 16, man.
Yeah, man.
Whew, you are the man.
For sure. I wanted to actually bring it back to the MMO thing, with you know Guild Wars and Terror and whatnot
Mhm.
and Diablo.
Go ahead, bring it
You know,
back.
okay, you know, I played the Terra beta this weekend. I haven't played Guild Wars 2 yet, and I believe that Diablo 3 is going to be the game that I play, simply because the Witch Doctor, he sounds like my uncle, man, and I think that has to be the biggest selling point of the game. He's all like, you know, an ally has joined our world, which means the minions of Diablo are stronger, and I'm like, yo, I'm playing this game forever.
Dude, we're playing together, man.
I'm
gonna-
being the Witch Doctor.
Dude, I'm playing a wizard, and I'm playing a female wizard because she looks like Kristen Crook.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. I'm dead
digging.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure.
That's
But yo,
awesome.
you know, man, I just had to come on the show, man. I see you, Wiggin. I see you. I see you, Mr. Johnson.
Stacks on deck.
Stacks on
Johnson.
deck. Mother effing Johnson.
Nice.
So you got to come to Anaheim, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
man.
I already miss me some tempo.
Yeah.
Feel you. I'm definitely trying to get down there for sure.
Dude, we should
Fly
talk
me
later.
out.
We should talk because I think you should perform at Anaheim.
Yo,
That'd
that'd
be
be
sick.
sick. I'd be down.
Come on, dude. Dustin Browner's down with your music. Why wouldn't you?
I know, yo. Do you know how much I was blushing when I heard that?
Yeah, that was great, and that was a huge patch notification too, or about Heart of the Swarm. It was huge,
Yep.
man. It was
It was
big.
great.
Awesome.
It was really. I mean, it's one of those things where you're not really expecting it, and I got a bunch of tweets and Facebook notifications just saying, "Yo, have you seen this article yet?" And I had no idea what was going on. And the first line of it is like, "Oh," as I'm listening to "When I'm Grandmaster," and I'm just like, oh, "This isn't happening,
good.
right?"
Which is a great song, man. I think that's the one that you should sing at Anaheim. If you can do two, but let's
You make
talk.
two. When I'm Grandmaster and all I do is stim. Those
Yeah.
are my
Right, those are like
worst
my two go-to ones at the after parties.
Oh yeah, man, which are great. Thanks to Twitch,
Really
great after parties. I think that needs to happen, dude.
That's awesome.
Let's have some conversations with
All right.
with Chris Puckett. I'll refer you to him because he's the one that makes those decisions. But that'd be really cool.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Nice.
But-
You got any other songs coming out soon that you can talk about?
Oh, I do. I actually had a kind of idea that Dong Regu needs a song, Regu.
Yeah.
I think he does. I'm working on a little on the Low project with Underline as well.
Nice.
You know, they do the music for Dak's show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, so you know, we're gonna get a few more songs coming in, and I have a few things that I want to do as well. A few more originals, and then you know, some parodies here and there as well. But I want to definitely get into the original scene too, because those are always fun to do. And it
Those
brings a whole
are. Those are. And if you ever need Clutch to, you know, break it down for you, man.
Oh, you know what I'm saying. As soon as I get that husky production, I got you you backup dancer, bro.
Nice, dude. Let's do it, dude. People would love that. I'd love that. That'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That'd be great. All right, man.
Hey, man. I definitely wanted to say you guys are doing sick with the show.
Thank you, Tempo. We love your work, dude.
I tweeted about it.
Yeah. Nice. We've had over 200 people watching live, dude, and the VODs will go up pretty much instantaneously afterwards. But thank you so much for calling in, man. And
no, Murder, that answer with the bacon and the panda, man, that's
on point.
I am.
Yep.
You are a god among men, and I got to get you on a feature for a song. That's all I got to say.
Sounds good.
Yeah, dude. Omerta is the man. All these gentlemen deserve so much. So
I actually wrote lyrics to a parody song a while ago and kind of scrapped them, but maybe I could rehash some old feelings in there.
Do it, man. Do it.
All right, man, for sure, though.
All right, Tempo. Thank you so much for calling.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show, bro.
All right, take care.
You too.
Really is a great guy. Tempo. Knows how to have fun, knows how to perform for an audience. Oh, there he is again. Let's see here. Had another call. Added in. I think Miss Geek called in. Try to get her back. Miss Geek, you are on Shifting Gears.
Is that a side bet?
Hi. One of the questions that I always use to break the ice with talking to gamers and stuff is if someone came up to you and said you had to play 3 games. If you lost 2, you'd die, but if you won 2, you'd win. What 3 games would you pick?
I lost 2.
So you have to win 2 out of 3 for your life. Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
The games. I have to win 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah.
Games will have invested.
Oh, God.
Okay, Mech Warrior for the Xbox. That's number 1 for me because I just never lost a game in that ever. God. Josh, you've played like every game with me. Help me out here.
Yeah.
What's another game I'm really good at?
Call of Duty. Any of the Call of Duties?
I just don't like it.
Bad pick. Get out of here, Clutch.
Okay, so Mech Warrior for Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Gears.
Maybe Gears. But let's go Mech Warrior.
Okay.
We'll go. Oh God, why can't I remember the name of it? I love it. Not GoldenEye. The other game.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. It was devastating in Perfect Dark. And
Does it have to be a multiplayer game?
well, I mean, like, how do you play against somebody otherwise, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, it doesn't exactly have to be a multiplayer. It could be something like Pac-Man, who gets a high score.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that, thinking outside the box. I'll defeat you in a Pokemon battle, Dave.
Well, I don't know about that. So throw down on some of that at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, Mech Warrior, Perfect Dark.
Pokemon Stadium.
I mean, I'm pretty good at StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I was kind of just waiting for you
I'll
to
probably
say.
go StarCraft 2 because I feel like I'm going to win. I mean, against the vast majority of people, I'll take StarCraft 2.
Okay.
If it's like against a pro player, then I'll take Gears of War and try my hand there because you can get lucky with a shotgun. But
Yeah.
I could take StarCraft 2, Mech Warrior, and Perfect Dark. Those would be my 3.
Okay. Dylan.
Here we go. 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
It's Counter-Strike for everybody who doesn't
Yeah,
know.
Counter-Strike 1.6. GoldenEye. And poker.
Ooh. All
Unless
right.
it's against me, right?
It has to be a video game, though. It has to be a video game. Yeah, apparently.
Oh, you can play an online poker game.
Yeah.
Sure.
God, my answers are so lame. Whatever.
All right.
Galen, you're up.
You're Galen.
Easy. I got this easy. Okay. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, StarCraft 2, and excuse me, and Minesweeper on Expert.
Minesweeper on.
Minesweeper?
Dude, I swear, so many nerds out there, they just don't even know how to play Minesweeper, man. I would take them out. That would be my sniper pick. I would snipe some nerds with Minesweeper.
Nice. Mine would be GoldenEye.
Well, one of us is dying.
Battlefield, flying a jet. And third would be the dating game.
The dating game.
Like the RL dating game.
That's a. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Third game would be
Dancing.
Diablo. Diablo 3 PvP.
Ooh, no, Diablo 2 PvP should be one of mine, dude. I was such a fucking sniper in that game, dude. I was one of those kids that PK'd on hardcore. People actually wanted me dead in that game.
They had warrants out for your death, man.
There were some bounties on my head in that game, man.
It was crazy. Crazy. I got to play some League of Legends with Miss Geek earlier. We won. But we had a weird team composition, man. I was like bottom with I don't even remember who as Morgana because Ari wouldn't
Because
let
that's
me have
all
it.
you play.
Because that's all you...
Hey man, I've been playing
Severe
other
Morgana.
stuff.
God forbid both of them get banned.
Oh
from the
dude,
game.
we
You just have
pwned them.
to Q-dodge.
That's how we did it. Miss Geek, thanks for your call.
No problem.
That was a good question.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I did think about that. I think Mech Warrior would be my easy go-to though. I was
She
so
used
good
that
at
Psyduck to just confuse the shit out of me.
You hurt yourself in your confusion there.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
Psyduck used confusion, just murdered me.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got time for maybe one or two more calls before we got to wrap up here. If anybody would like to call in, now is your chance. JG Clutch on
Yeah.
Skype.
No, I mean everybody's gonna have a tough time beating those two questions though.
That was a good one. I'm not
those
gonna
are
lie.
both
That's
good
one of those you have to think about. Like it's hard
Yeah.
to ask that very quickly. In
I
a
did-
show.
Challenge anybody.
I have to ask myself a question. How do I add somebody to the call without screwing up the Skype overlay? I got to ask
Yeah,
EJ
it's
Wheat how to do that.
You probably get somebody like to come in ahead of time as like a dummy or something. I don't know.
I have two different overlays. Well, preview screen will hopefully be happening here pretty soon.
Did Psyduck evolve into anything?
Golduck, yeah.
Oh, it did?
God, you fucking newbies.
It
What is
did?
Dude, I didn't.
Who
What?
did it evolve into?
You said you'd beat me in Pokemon. You don't know what
I beat you
Psyduck
in
and
Hey man, you
Pokemon
just gotta
Snap,
choose
bro.
Mewtwo and you win in Pokemon. That's
Dude,
it.
together,
Pokemon
stacks.
Snap. And if you throw Psyduck at me in Pokemon Snap, you're going down.
You don't even know what he can do. You don't even know if you evolve.
Yeah.
So disappointed in you right now.
Ah, you just got
If we-
dominated again by the Skype overlay. At least I can beat that.
Will you get shoved into Emeritus window whenever someone calls in? So at least I keep my own.
Omerta looks so cool right now that even if he got flashed on CS 1.6, he wouldn't get blinded.
Dude, the amount of swag that is just flooding into this call right now because of these sunglasses. A little overwhelming.
Your
Okay.
swag is on a maximum, sir.
Yeah.
Here we go. Got another call here. Just waiting to connect. Ramon E. Mendez, you were on Shifting Gears. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? It's actually the first time I've seen the show, so I like it
Awesome.
though. I like what I see.
Cool.
Thanks, man. We've been
Thank
doing
you.
it for, it'll be a year in the summertime, so.
Good gracious.
Oh wow.
Way to jump on the party late, bruh.
Sorry about
No,
that.
that party train is going the same speed all the time, and that speed is fun. Okay.
I've been lagging on my Twitch viewing, so I'm glad I signed on today.
Oh, good. Twitch is great, man. What's your question?
Speaking about Terra, one of the things that kind of drew me to that game was the whole concept of a evasion tank.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of wanted to expand on that, get your thoughts on. It's so different from you have a guy sitting in a corner, blocking and just taking hits while healer just spams heals on him for 2 hours in a dungeon, where you have this guy that's actually mobile, jumping around,
Yeah.
actually has to pay attention, and the party has to pay attention to where, hey, the mob's going to turn around and potentially one-shot you if you don't look at what you're doing, because, quite frankly, tanking typically, whereas you just stand in one spot for 2 hours over and over again, kind of, never appealed to me.
Yeah, I like it because it's not just a numbers game anymore, right? Like, you throw on the different kind of armor that you have, or the armor rating that you have as a tank, and then your priest just has a healing rating, and then bam, there you go. But there's actual moves that the tank has to use to evade, which keeps the battle way more dynamic, right, and way more interesting for all the party members involved. So I like the twist they're bringing into the MMO format. That's a very good point. Thanks for bringing it up. Is Terra a game that you are definitely going to buy, or are you still just checking out?
I did the pre-order about a month ago.
Okay.
Just kind of, some friends got me excited about it. And I almost wanted to cancel and just go with Guild Wars 2, but I'm glad I didn't, because as soon as I did a little more research and I saw the Warrior, as you can DPS and you can do this evasion tank thing, that kind of made me want to get it, because, an Archer didn't seem that much different from an Archer in other MMOs, and, some of the other classes are kind of interesting, but a tank that doesn't stand in one spot was just like, wow, I want to do that, because that just seemed like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does, and it, like I said, it adds a different dynamic to the whole MMO format, right? It's not just a healer, tank, DPS, kind of like how it is. Like DPS don't get damaged, tank get damaged, healer heal. It's like, no, tank, you got to move around, and you also have to watch the enemies and the bosses when they're about to strike, and that's when you make those different movements, which you would for
I really like that.
for different fights in WoW, right? Like you had to be on different parts of the room, and you had to know the boss battles. Well, it's the same for this, but when the boss is actually reeling up to hit you, and as a priest, I hit this button to dodge out of the way. That is a lot of fun. So
yeah, it's pretty good. I like how that sort of that typical triangle is kind of just broken here, and you're like, well, everyone be on your game, or you're gonna die.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. We'll see how it does. Like I said earlier in the show, it's difficult with Diablo 3 just on the horizon when it releases,
Yeah, I know like 10 people that are like, yeah, I'm going to save my $60 because of that game, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Which I think it's really it's difficult for anything to be released during that time. Avengers coming out May 4th. I'm sure they're like, let's get this in before Diablo 3, guys, because games are huge now. I'm sure one or two people were like, we need to look at when things are being released, and if we're going to have a Tuesday or Wednesday release, or we're going to have a Friday release. At least if I was sitting in those meetings, I definitely would make that call. But also look at the audience. Look at the demographics. 18 to 34, they're definitely going to go watch Avengers, and they're definitely going to buy Diablo 3, if they're a gamer. So,
yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, Ramon, thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Okay. Nice guy. First-time watcher, first-time caller, all in one day. It's really good.
Guy's got testicles the size of melons.
Okay. Man, dude, I was so elated when Tempo said Kristen Crook, man. Oh my gosh, she does things to me, man. Like, she is so beautiful. I think they based the whole wizard female model off her. Lana Lang from Smallville. Okay, well, guys, it's time to wrap the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate. Oh, wait a second.
One last call.
One last call here.
Waiting till the last minute.
Yep. They're like, I called in, but it was busy. Can I call again? Yeah, I can be the nice guy and let you do that.
Go out of my way.
I can go out of my way. And Ho, you are on Shifting Gears.
Hi. All right. I have a scenario for you guys. Would you guys rather get a hand job from Geodude or a blowjob from Charmander?
Hold on a second here. All right.
Trolled to the maximum.
I don't know anything about Pokemon, so can you provide some context as to what those two things
let me
do?
Let me get some pictures real quick.
Oh, what?
No, of the Pokemon.
It's not that time, Dave. No subreddit right now.
But we're trying to keep this PG-13.
No, here you go.
After the partnership with
This
CBS
is the hand job.
Interactive.
That's the hand job one that he's asking
Oh
about.
my gosh.
Oh.
I'm not saying you need to answer
Alright.
this, but
I'm not.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm answering it.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
What's the other one?
This is Charmander. Hang on.
All right.
Okay. Are we repeating the question?
Whoa. Okay.
No, we're not.
so-
We're not repeating the question. just throw out your Pokemon of choice and let's move on here.
Wait. I want you guys to check out this video.
No.
No, we're good, man.
It's YouTube.
We're
PG
good.
rated.
We're good. Thanks for the question, dude.
I'll take option number 1. I think. Option number 2 looks like it would be just terrible.
Both of them look fucking terrible.
Well, hold on. That first one that you showed me.
He's made of rocks.
Yeah. Okay. Rocks. I'll take rocks over fire.
Dave, you said he. That's the first That's the first word. That should answer the question.
All right, we're moving on. Oh my
Let's
gosh.
just shift gears
Let's
right
shift-
Dave, quit feeding.
Let's shift gears and drive as fast as possible away from that question.
Dave, quit feeding.
Oh my gosh. All right, gentlemen.
Both of you need. All 3 of you stop feeding, please.
Don't feed the trolls. Hey, we had a lot of good
Feeding
callers
troll.
tonight, man. We have shifted the gears, as Tempo says in the chat. We appreciate everybody that called in, and every night, guys, every Tuesday night, appreciate everybody jumping on board here and watching us. It's such a blast to do this show. Shifting gears was something I created, and that was added to the MLG.TV lineup last year and became independent along with State of the Game. Same time it became independent, and I appreciate everybody's hard work that's gone into the show and all the fans that we have. Stacks Johnson.
So,
Is that a Beanie Baby?
that is yes. It's a beanie baby.
That's gonna be worth something one day.
What do you
No,
think?
it's
really.
actually it's not. It's a beanie boo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Wow.
it sounds like some kind of bullshit Beanie Baby to me. All right.
It's just a beanie baby.
Oh my gosh.
Listen,
Oh my gosh.
Omerta, when a man loves a woman, okay?
Continue. I like where this is going.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is
Oh
going.
no. Okay.
But a Geodude loves a Charmander.
Stacks Johnson, can you please start
Oh,
PG-13 rated your shoutouts?
my shoutouts are to Waddles, all the believers in Stacks Johnson and the Ultimate Fire Squad Bravo group. And just follow me on Twitter for some awesome stuff because I talk about fighting games and Counter-Strike and sports and stuff. But
He's a good
anyway,
writer.
the real
He writes for
winner,
sports.
the real winner tonight are roaches because Dawnrigger uses roaches, and every roach out there has a home and a family at home. And whenever a Zerg produces all the roaches, they're just it's a victory army.
Mhm.
And all those families at home are so proud of them. So I want to talk about the roaches for a second. Go roaches, go Waddles. I'm out.
There we go.
All right.
Well done. Sir.
Thank you, Dylan, aka Stacks Johnson. Appreciate
Stacks Johnson!
appreciate you coming on the show. Omerta.
Yeah, Josh, thanks for having me on, and fun hanging out with you guys. As always, follow me on Twitter at MLG Omerta, and possibly the next time I come on the show, whether it be next week or a few weeks, I might have some very cool news about my role in the world of esports. So hopefully I'll have something good to announce in the next week or so.
Good, man. Of all the people that I know that deserve it, it's you. You are one of the
I
greatest
second
writers.
that one.
You and Dylan are such great writers. I love reading your work. It's like I go on an esports journey every time I read it. I hope people that can provide full-time jobs for you can recognize it as well.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
Josh.
Yes, you guys are most welcome. Now, once you get those jobs, please convince people that that pay bills that, hey, there's this guy that has an okay-looking face and a
There's this
decent
handsome devil. Let's go ahead and just correct that real quick.
voice. Yeah.
Dapper young fella.
There's a dapper young
There's a-
gent.
Strapping it out. I was about to use the word gent, and then you just snatched it from me. Like,
Boom! It's that
there you
snatch
go.
and grab. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. But we have, as long as we all look out for each other when it comes to
for
our
sure.
careers, man, we'll do well. So, Wigan.
Shout out to Tempo, because he's the man. Shout out to Dago, because he's always here.
So I made him a mod. He's a great mod, man.
Thank you, sir. Shout out to my team, of Stax Johnson, Papa Dubois, Tex Featherstone, and Bubba Bluefist, and Biff Missile.
Bubba.
Biff Missile.
We're just the
Um,
Ultimate Fire Squad Bravo was some boy.
and follow me on Twitter, and especially you should do that because I stream a lot, and it's basically just these same people just making even more jokes and playing video games together. It's usually pretty entertaining. So check me out. Follow me on Twitter at MLG_Wigan.
It's a great time. Well, gentlemen, it's been a fantastic show. My shout-outs go out to all my fans and followers. You can follow me at Clutch08. You can follow me also on twitch.tv/Clutch08. It's how you're watching this amazing show, Shifting Gears. I'm so thankful that MLG continues to hire me as a host/MC, and you can be sure to see me at all the MLG events that will happen this year, as long as everything goes well. It's been a blast to host for them. Hopefully, I can branch out and host for some other events here pretty soon. Definitely looking forward to MLG Anaheim. If there's one tournament you can attend in person this year, it must be that one. There's so much cool things that are going to be announced here pretty soon. The MLG Spring Arena #1 was fantastic. Hosting the Dr. Pepper stream was a really good time. Big shout-outs to Chef, QXC, and Axlav. They were a lot of fun and brought a lot of great in-depth analysis of the different games there. And they're really great sociable guys, so I appreciate their hard work that they gave all weekend long. And to everybody that worked at the stream and to all the players that really train, practice, and sacrifice to do the best they can at these different events that provide a bit of a fledgling career, growing career for everybody involved in esports and want to continue to have it grow. So if you want to support esports, support the players. Let the players know that you support them through your dollars, because that's how you vote in the world of the economy, ladies and gentlemen. It's through... What else loves it?
That's it.
Nice. But support esports by supporting the teams and supporting shows like this, like Shifting Gears, where we talk not just about esports, but about all sorts of gaming. And looking forward to Diablo 3 when that game is released. My goodness, all our lives are going to change. It's going to be so gosh darn beautiful. Really looking forward to it. Congratulations to Twitch.tv, Major League Gaming, NASL, and CBS Interactive. Sounds like it's going to be a great partnership, and got to meet some of the CBS Interactive guys at the Spring Arena. Looking forward to more content from them. Also, congratulations to Slasher for his full-time job with CBS Interactive.
Yes.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Clutch. It's been great. Have a great night and good game.